大家好，我是伦，今天帮大家带来的影片是战神 Allen Iverson 在2022年12月初做的一个访谈，节目叫做 Cold as Balls， 主持人是有名的谐星 Kevin Hart。那 Hart 近几年比较出名的作品是跟巨石强森合作的野蛮游戏系列，他也是个非常有名的干话王。
Ja's 6'3", yeah, and can fly.
He remind me of myself in the church league.
In the church league?
Yeah, I was jumping out the dress shoes.
Ja is the real deal.
Kenny Duncan church shoes, though.
I believe so.
No.
今天的主题包含 Iverson 出饶舌专辑时，前主席 David Stern 是怎么说的
I was trying not to laugh because I knew how serious it was. And the shit that I was saying,
yeah,
obviously, you know. So to hear David Stern rapping it.
运动史上最有名的练球访谈，还有 Iverson 怎么看很多球迷拿 Moran 跟他比较等等。访谈的最后 ，Iverson 也会公布自己心中历史最强的5个控球后卫。想知道这些问题的答案，就请你不要错过今天的影片。话不多说，我们立刻开始。
Are we in for a treat? Ladies and gentlemen, what a episode this is going to be. The man, the myth, the legend, Allen Iverson himself is here on Cold as Balls. My coach Calvin Jones is such a big Allen Iverson fan. Senior year, he took us up to Seton Hall. We're watching you make the game look so easy. And in that moment, I realized I wasn't I said, I'm not gonna make it to the NBA, okay? In college, man, did you know immediately, being on that Georgetown campus, did you say like, you know, I got the potential to be one of the best in the world?
Absolutely.
You did?
I just needed the opportunity. Everything that happened to me in high school, and then with coach giving me a second chance, I wasn't gonna let the game get in the way of me becoming ultimately who I am today.
虽然在这里他是轻描淡写的带过，但是 Iverson 口中的高中那些鸟事，差点让他的人生在真正开始前就结束了。1993年的情人节，喜欢我的朋友们，那天是个星期日，当时已经是 Virginia 州美式足球跟篮球2期明星球员的 Iverson， 卷入了一场黑人跟白人的大规模种族斗殴事件。这件事在地方上引起了相当大的风波，包含 Iverson 在内，总共有4个人被起诉。备受争议的是，这4个人全部都是黑人。当时年仅17岁的 Iverson 被判刑15年，他也真的入狱做过4个月的牢。最后，州长 Douglas Wilder 在任期的最后一天特赦了 Iverson， 为这起极具争议性的案件画上了句点。这件事我在另外的影片曾经深入解释过，所以这里我们简单带过就好。感兴趣的朋友可以去看一下 Iverson 的系列，对于他的人生有相当详细的介绍。
You know, you do represent, when you talk about the game of basketball, significant change. I'm talking about the ankle braces. I'm talking about in college cutting the shirts off underneath the jersey. Where did that idea of rough, raw, rugged, and edge come from?
I was just being me, Kev. As far as the dress code and everything, I dressed like the guys from my neighborhood. It was just different once I got to the NBA. I could afford the stuff that we wanted growing up.
You took it another step further, the tattoos, the braids. Are you aware that you started that thing in the game?
I just took the ass whipping for it. For these guys to be themselves, to look like they want to look. You know, the only time that I ever known about wearing suits was to go to church or to go to a funeral. I never wore a suit
to
the basketball court. You know what I mean?
You didn't go to church that much either.
I did a little bit, but not that much. I believe in my guy, though.
Okay.
I believe in my guy. I love him. But I just felt like after the game, I'm going to Fridays and I'm going to the club or something like that. I mean, where am I going after the game with a suit on? It all came together to be Allen Iverson.
What was your relationship with David Stern?
It wasn't a great relationship when I did that terrible rap album.
The rap game changed for one name. Jules aim is slain anything on this plane. Remains a fact.
When I did that bullshit, that's when I had a problem with David Stern. And then I remember going into the office and he was reading my lyrics, Kev. Like David Stern was actually reading 40 bars off a piece of paper, and me and Theo Ratliff, I was trying not to laugh because I knew how serious it was. And the shit that I was saying, obviously, you know. So to hear David Stern rapping it, it was crazy.
You look back on it now.
Oh my God, it's so embarrassing.
The biggest thing is acknowledgement, though.
It's embarrassing.
It's only bad if you sit on this tub and go, you know, I put out that fire. You know, when I put out that
It was not a good idea. It looked so bad.
You had a lot of features though.
A lot of people tell you what you want to hear opposed to what you need to hear, and I dealt with that.
这张 Iverson 的饶舌专辑原定于2001年发行，但因为内容充满争议，有很多对种族啊、性别的攻击性言论，而且用词非常极端，都被前主席 David Stern 阻止发行。那当时呢 ，Stern 还发表了一个正式的声明哦，他说：“美国宪法保障人民言论自由没错，但宪法没有保证人民一定可以参与 NBA。” 对于发表攻击性或不恰当言论的球员，我有权取消他们参与 NBA 的资格。Iverson 伤害了他自己、76人、他的队友，还有整个 NBA。显然 ，Stern 非常在意这件事。不过好险 ，Iverson 算是蛮识相的，并没有硬着跟联盟对干。最后这张专辑没有正式发行。那 YouTube 上呢，找得到当时其中的一首歌，连结我会放在留言区。
Into a place that people wanted to come. When did you know that the city accepted you?
Damn, that's a good question.
I mean, when did you know?
Probably the first time that I got into some trouble.
The first time, because we got a, you know what I mean? Like, there's a list.
Yeah, the first time.
You got a lot
the way
you did a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, if you talking about
that
trouble,
bad.
well, we got a lot of shit.
You know, I thought that they were going to turn on me. I was young, like 21 years old. I thought it was going to be a terrible backlash, and it was for a couple of days, but eventually it went away, and that's when I knew they supported me.
When did you start to realize the business in the game of basketball?
Probably when they were getting ready to trade me the first time. That's when I knew it wasn't just about what I was doing on the basketball court. That's when I realized it was a business, and they had to do what was best for the organization, and me putting a black cloud over it wasn't helping.
We gotta talk about the world of you and Larry Brown. Just talk to me real quick about, you know, those bumps.
I think I was like 22, 23 when Coach came. I didn't get it at first. Coach took me from just being a good basketball player to ultimately a Hall of Famer. I thought he had a problem with me, but he wanted the same thing that I wanted. He wanted to win. And once I realized that it was constructive criticism, then that's when everything turned around for the organization and for myself as a player.
You gotta talk about your nickname. Chuck, Bubba Chuck. Where did the name Bubba Chuck come from?
I had an uncle named Bubba, and I had one named Chuck. And they were arguing over my nickname, and my mom said name was Bubba Chuck.
Wait, it came from not being able to make a decision?
Yeah.
No, we gonna call the boy Bubba. Shut the f up, Chuck. You don't know goddamn thing about no nicknames. Anybody calling that boy Bubba? Anybody gonna call him Chuck?
That's how it happened, man.
By the way, I bet my life right now, if Bubba and Chuck was to walk in this bitch, it looked like two walking duffel bags.
Bubba can't walk in this motherfucker because he dead.
God damn it, Bubba. Oh, no. Chuck can.
Yeah, Chuck can now. That's probably why everybody just call me Chuck.
Yeah, because Bubba rolling over in his grave.
Man, no, man, go ahead, man.
I knew it. I knew he liked Chuck better the whole time.
Terrible.
Your interview, the practice interview. In that moment, you're making a valid point with the media making such a big deal about this thing.
My thing was, if anybody that has any type of sense, all right, look at him as a player. How could you become everything that I am as a basketball player if I didn't practice?
The biggest thing is the ignoring of the problems that were very present at the time.
My best friend that just got killed. So
you're going through a lot of the time.
They don't know what we go through on the court.
You had those questions every day from personal things, home things, friends. The Redeem Team just aired on Netflix, and it's highlighting the U.S. putting a team together after the U.S. got bronze. You were part of one of those teams. Was that a huge blow to you guys as a team, realizing that you couldn't click the way you were supposed to?
Obviously, you think you put together a bunch of pros and we supposed to beat any team you put out there on the floor, but that wasn't the case, obviously. That summer, everything started happening overseas. So me and Tim Duncan were the only ones that agreed to go.
Wow.
I wanted to go, but I wasn't invited. And then they put together, obviously, the team that ended up winning.
Are you in a position to have a conversation?
It was out of my control.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I definitely didn't want to make a big deal about it. Out of respect of the guys that they did choose, those were my guys. You know what I mean? And I rooted for them to the end, but deep down, it bothered me. It hurt.
这里 Iverson 提到被普遍认为是美国篮球史上最大挫败2004年的雅典奥运。当届的美国在热身赛时就以18分败给实力并不是特别强的意大利。而从阵容来看，那届的美国队确实可能是史上最弱，因为当时传出恐怖分子打算在雅典奥运实行攻击，美国的征召相当不顺利，许多大牌明星都婉拒邀请。最后只勉强找到 Duncan 跟 Iverson 两个超级巨星领军。总计美国当届奥运有多达6位年纪在22岁以下的球员 ，LeBron、Melo、Wade 更都才刚打完新秀年。最终美国输了单届奥运会最高纪录的3场比赛，以铜牌作收。不过从另一个角度来看，这是重大的挫败，也促成了美国篮协转型。经历了这次征召的不顺利，美国篮协开始改变建队方式，要求想要入选奥运代表队的球员必须至少投入2个夏天的训练，让篮协可以掌控至少大的建队方向，而不是到了比赛年才开始征召，面临找不到好的球员或多位功能性重叠球员的窘境。
I gotta put you in the hot seat for one question, man. As a point guard, I would love to know Allen Iverson's Mount Rushmore of point guards.
I look at myself as not even as a guard.
You go two guard.
A killer.
Stone cold killer.
Certified.
You got the ball.
Serial killer.
Mm-hmm. Give me your top 5.
I'm gonna go Magic, Isaiah, Steph, and Chris Paul.
Ooh, yeah. I like the list. Do you see the comparisons when you hear Ja Morant in your name?
I might not see it in the actual style of play, but the speed, the attitude, the bounce. Ja's 6'3".
Yeah.
And can fly.
He remind me of myself in the church league.
In the church league?
Yeah, I was jumping out the dress shoes.
Ja is the real deal.
Kenny Duncan church shoes, though.
I believe so.
No.
I saw your high school highlight too.
We can get ready to wrap it up. So let's end this.
那这个愉快的访谈就这样落幕了。因为节目风格的关系，很多他们提到的主题都只是轻轻带过，没有太深入的讨论。想要更了解 Iverson 的观众们，可以参考我之前做过的 Iverson 特辑。今天的影片到这边就结束了，谢谢大家的收看，我们下次见，拜拜。